one does, and we are at M&T Bank Stadium down near the Inner Harbor of Baltimore. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Wide open receiver, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play. So big pickup that time. And Charles, defending AFC Player of the Week, maybe bucking towards another award this week.
Yeah, they say they don't really care about the individual awards. You and I both know
they do.
It means a lot to them. It means respect around the...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. A collegiate star in nearby Maryland. This is Anthony McFarland. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
45-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll let the QB keep it here off the option. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
Loss of a yard on the play. And it's 3rd down.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And that is very well done there as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
At their own 5.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Mullen. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Throwing on first down. Rainey. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
After the interception, here's Jackson. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Now Jackson on first down. Flush to his right. On the run. He'll let this go deep right. This is caught inside the 15. And they do finally get him at the 12.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Jackson going to throw quickly here, complete. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
A gain of 9 brings up second.
Jackson going to run.
The Steelers.
And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
5-yard pickup on the play, and it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, here's McFarland. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. You don't see that a ton, do you? The cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already.
29 is Mike 29. Focus, defense, focus. Check 37, check 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. For Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right, because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their offense, and now as a defensive coordinator, you've got some extra work to do to prepare for him and their offense.
On first down, McFarland. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. We're scoreless after 1. The last run got 9. That leaves him with second and a yard. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question, because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach
under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. So after a scoreless first quarter, we at least finally get some points on the board.
But it can't be what either of us expected, can it?
No, the safety's not what you expect for the first points of the game, but one of the goose eggs is gone. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up first and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. Now he'll pull it down. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
Brings up second and 10 at the 50-yard line.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. From the gun, this will be McFarland. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. And he gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a fourth down. They'll try and run the option. Forced out to his left. Pressure gets there, and he goes down. Now, there's also a flag, but this might be on the offense anyway. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on first and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's good for 28 yards.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Bud Dupree. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's second and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson, and that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Off the option, that's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
Touchdown.
C.D. Lamb. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to give a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. C.D. Lamb. His 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On the ground, it's McFarland. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
Ball carrier.
So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing. Because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. They're going to try and throw. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. So his struggles just continuing here in the first half throwing the football, Charles. Now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know, they've always said, I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now.
And he's in for the score, and his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal. If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. And they'll try to run the option here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. He may try and run for this. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they'll begin by running the option. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off down at the 2. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Off play action. Rainey. And now he'll tuck it and run. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3. But now it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
Off the play fake. Rainey. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
What we've seen so far in this game, they are not going to allow a big shot over the top. You can have whatever you want underneath. They'll give you that, but they're not going to let you beat them deep.
4th down.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Now a fair catch taken just across midfield, maybe by a yard or 2. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly. It's caught inside the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Now they try the right side here. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
The tackle made by Mike Hilton. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 16-yard line.
Here's Jackson. Steps away to his left. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. And the Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Play action. Now Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Bud Dupree in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Play action. It's Jackson. He'll buy some time right. And now here is another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. They go play action with Jackson. And that is caught. And the record is his. It's a touchdown. Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will bump the lead up to 26. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rainey, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Well, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. And this will be blown dead right around the 25-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And my goodness, another interception. And a loose football. And some room to work. Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
And nearly intercepted. That would have been a hat trick, his third pick of the game. Instead, second down.
Similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Throwing again. Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And a throw right sideline is complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 27 yards there, a first down. They run the option here on 1st and 10. And quickly to the outside, that's caught by Lamb. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. And that's going to leave him with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Gotta do better.
To throw again is Jackson. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And this offense continues to pour it on.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on.
And the ball is knocked out. But it looked like the Steelers were able to recover, and they will indeed hold on to the ball.
Fumble on the play. Recovered by the offense.
Watch the curve.
Here's the option. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. Back now in Baltimore. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. To throw on 2nd down. Rainey. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. The Steelers on 3rd down. It has been a disaster. 0 for 8 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. And that will be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. DeMarcus Lawrence. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Jackson on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And they'll get this down to the 10. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
Quick strike out wide by Jackson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. From 10 yards out. And the Ravens continue to pour it on. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Ravens 42.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points. So, and for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked by Jeff Okudah. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the gun, it's Jackson. His throw caught right around the 6. And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
At the 5-yard line.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Tyree Jackson keeping it himself from 5 yards out. And the Ravens turn that interception into a touchdown. So another score there. And often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. I mean, he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter.
24-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see when they decide to do a play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action.
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
Off the option, he'll try and run with it. Again, McFarland. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Tackled back at the 26-yard line.
He'll decide to keep this once more. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line.
He was taken down by...
It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Flushed out right. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. Give the sack to Jerome Baker. So they have now gone for it on 4th 4 times. And they have converted no times.
I know we talk about analytics and how it's entered into the game. And there's a good percentage that says, go for it. You will actually make a good percentage. In this case, the analytics just weren't.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. And sacked back at the 31. Bud Dupree, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. They go play action now. Jackson, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, Jackson. And he is going to lose yardage here. Call that a loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
Brought down back at the 43-yard line.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. From the gun, Rainey. Over the middle, complete. That's Day. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now throwing on 1st down and completing it. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rainey. Now they set up a screen for McFarland. And that play goes nowhere. He's met behind the line, and a penalty flag may add insult to injury. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Operating from the gun, Rainey. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And the return won't go anywhere. They'll be back deep in their own territory at the 2-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 2-yard line.
Now Jackson back into his end zone. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. He's at the 30, 20. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 91 yards. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they'll have a short field to work with inside the 15 at the 13-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing is ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Made at the 12-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line.
Tonight's final score.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Baltimore, the train just keeps rolling. 9-0 now to start this campaign. And now they'll have a few extra